Hey, it's Governor Josh Shapiro, and I'm on the road, which is where I spend a big chunk of my time. But I want to take a quick minute and just fill you in on what we're doing here in Pennsylvania to push back on federal overreach and protect our fellow Pennsylvanians. You may have read that the Trump administration early on froze billions of dollars in federal funding to the states. Now, it's a little bit confusing because you're thinking, wait, the states do their thing, the feds do their thing, but actually the truth is every state relies on a significant amount of federal funding for their overall budget. In Pennsylvania, that number hovers around 40% of our overall spend, and that's pretty, typical of other states. These are things like making sure we can plug orphaned wells that are leaking methane into our communities, or make sure that abandoned mine lands don't actually have sinkholes on them. This is like common sense, basic stuff. Well, the federal government froze that funding. And understand, this isn't like some aspirational goal of theirs. This is funding that had already been appropriated, legally appropriated. Put another way, back to kind of middle school terms, like a deal's a deal. We made a deal with the federal government. It's legally binding, and they stopped that funding. So I tried to work with the federal government to get that money unfrozen. They refused, and so I took them to court. I sued them, and we got all of our money released just a few days ago. That's what we're doing here in Pennsylvania, protecting the interests of Pennsylvanians, standing up to federal overreach and making sure that the rule of law is respected. That's something I know my fellow governors are doing in their states. It's my focus here on Pennsylvania, looking out for our folks. I will partner with the federal government where we can make progress for Pennsylvanians, but I'll tell you something else. I will stand up to them if they're undermining the interests of our Commonwealth.